he's got it like on camera. He's got the person stole it, got it in the car, and you can see as they're driving away, like, boom, and then
it shot shit all over the place. Oh, God.
But now you're talking about in the car. Now I'm sure that person can go back and sue the guy who did the package.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe.
I'm sure.
You know, it is a funny law.
The what?
Skunk oil instead of fart spray now. Oh yeah.
It is
It's
kind
gotta
of a
be
funny
easily
thing. I mean,
cleanable or something like that, right? Or,
it wouldn't happen if it wasn't in your car. You know, your act is
He will
what
get
brand it
sued.
in the car, but
I guarantee it. He
It's
will get
possible.
sued.
hey, anybody can sue
It's
for
the
anything, right?
stupidest thing, yeah, pretty much.
My
Like I said, I'm a
we had
big
guy
fan of
who was trying
reality
to steal a
laws.
package, and the guy came out of his house. He was
You
like,
go to
"Hey, you ran
frivolity
his car."
court. The
Got
judge feels
his
it's
car stuck on the
frivolous.
snowbank
You go to
and got
court.
arrested.
If your peers decide it's a frivolous lawsuit,
40
You pay.
lashings?
you pay.
40
Pay
lashings?
your ass off.
They just did that to two lawyers who tried to sue the government over the Trump election,
Good.
making them pay all the legal costs. Judge said, "This is like you guys had nothing to go on. You know, you just claimed the election was
If
stolen."
it is painfully obvious, it should be.
And he did. He said, "You guys are paying all the legal costs for Dominion, the Bill Gates one where they were giving money to cities for voting, and then what was the other? And Facebook."
Because Facebook needs their money back.
Here you go, this is the last law then. So there.
Where are you getting that lob from, Ryan?
timers.
All right. Good. It's right by
It's
me.
hidden.
I can walk
It's
over.
not like hidden in it. Was.
But I can ask him, right? Can I do the secret knock
So you
and
know,
say,
like-
where's the lob?
When you go past, when you go into the left, you walk past like all the whiskeys and then the back wall has like the sodas.
Right now they have,
It's
for
like
$12.99,
it's like right around the corner.
From the
a
sodas. I
12
like this.
pack of Oktoberfest
24
from,
packs. 24 packs. I thought.
what's a 24 pack
Yeah.
for $12.99 of like that
different ones.
Oski or whatever brand.
Oh yeah.
There's like 2 or 3.
And
of them,
it's
I think
like their
they really
Oktoberfest.
discounted.
Oh, nice.
I thought they had like
Nice.
3 of them. That
Well, it's
really
November.
discounted
Well,
I mean,
three
heavily.
different ones, yeah.
The November Fests are out.
That's
now.
the only one I really like paid attention to. I gotta figure something out here.
All right. We're in.
Let's go in.
I think we're in.
If they get
I mean,
hit, they get
Wait,
hit.
All right, here we go.
All
All right. Hi guys, and welcome to the pre-roll. We're just
We're
getting
Ryan's
ready.
got to pee.
We've been talking for like 10 minutes already, and we haven't started.
That happened to me.
You got lobbed.
So yeah,
Got
so
a lot.
we got a good
Got
show
a
coming
lot.
tonight, man. I'm ready.
I'll
To,
go pick some
I'm going to go on a tear.
Tomorrow, I think.
I was ready, but now I lost concentration.
Fair enough.
We might have special guests tonight. We'll see.
Mike,
We'll see.
I haven't heard from them since they sent the address.
When was that?
I don't know, half hour ago.
Oh, then they could be a ways off if they were just leaving.
Also, they already headed up.
I hope so.
I feel kind of bad. 'Cause
It's about a 2-hour drive.
I don't man Facebook like after I leave work. You know, I check once when I leave work around 3:30, and then that's it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wish I
I
could
gotta
get
get in
off
the
it all
zone.
together, but I just I have too many tentacles.
Well, it's a good social planning area still. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, like when you do events and you know,
Yeah,
so
just-
that you can communicate with a lot of people at once.
Yeah, convenient.
You know, conveniently.
There's nothing
Like,
wrong with
hey, did
Facebook.
you
Just don't
see-
use it to get your political opinions.
Thank you.
Quit using it for news. It's not news.
No, God, no.
God.
Please don't use it for news.
We gotta
And
quit
if you need a
blaming.
debate, there's still the best captain in Star Trek debate.
Yes,
Yeah.
And now there's more
That's
of
a
them
great
to work
debate,
with.
and you can fight about it all day long, or about how bad the Ghostbusters
And you're still
film.
going to be friends afterwards.
Which one?
No, the new one I hear is excellent. I can't.
I
I've
have
heard nothing
heard
but
too.
good things.
I have heard nothing but good things about
Yep,
the
heard
Ghostbusters
nothing but good things,
Afterlife.
except from reviewers who are all dicked off that people didn't like the
Just
last one.
watch.
All right, can we
The last one sucked, though.
can we please get this straight? It isn't that people. The new one still has a female protagonist.
Correct.
It isn't that people hate female protagonists. What they do is they hate when you piss all over the characters that they love to launch a new set of unrelated characters. It's why they hate it. I
No,
didn't hate
related
Star
characters,
Wars
right.
until they decided to cut Luke's nuts off. Then I started disliking it because they had to grade him to make their characters look better. I liked them before that.
That's very interesting.
And then all they're doing is pissing on him. You can look at this throughout the pattern of this. Nobody has a problem with strong women. What they have a problem with is making other people look bad, because that's exactly what was being done to women since the 50s. Since all time. But still,
I think you're onto something.
don't piss on the old characters. That's
Actually,
all.
to be honest, it's just kind of watching it as a movie. I did not hate the reboot Ghostbusters, right? But I understand where they say, "Oh, we're rebooting it with an all-female cast." Kind of making it like, oh, the other one was, kind of like no good or something, and it was wrong to have an all-male cast before, and
Right.
It was the Ghostbusters without the Ghostbusters. Yeah, I think, honestly, if you would have taken the same characters and put them in a different...
In a new
If you would
Ghostbusters.
have just erased the Ghostbusters from
Right.
it, people probably would have liked the film.
Yeah.
The problem was,
I don't know.
you killed...
There was
you
Or-
basically
or-
ignored the existence of four beloved characters.
There
Right,
were about
right.
20 minutes out.
Maybe
could've-
Tom Egon.
you could have even had just a cameo where like, oh yeah, back in whatever day these guys did it,
Right. Thank you.
and
You could have paid some off.
Homage.
You could have given
Yeah.
some to it.
It sounds like the new movie does that.
Oh God, yes.
It does.
Oh, yes, it
Instead
does.
of
Big
being, instead of like just ignoring the other thing that happened.
Yeah,
I know
you
it's
can
I've already
reboot.
heard
You
a
can
little bit, but I
successfully
tried
do
to
it.
avoid it.
I'll give other examples of an old reboot done right.
You think
Battlestar
the Hulk was a good
Galactica.
reboot?
Remember when people were all complaining about Starbuck being recast as a woman until they saw her play it, and then it's like, oh, well, she's really good. Yeah, that's it. The thing is,
Well, it was really good as
it's
a
got to
series.
actually be better than the
It
original.
was
has
really
to
good
fit.
series in general.
It was a generally good series, but the Starbuck character was a strong character in the original, but was kind of. You looking at it modern, the
He
original
was a strong
Starbuck was
character
pretty
for the
weak.
time.
Yeah,
He
was
was
pretty
what
weak.
he was. He was a character out of time.
You took Starbuck in the reboot, and she's freaking great. She's one of the favorite characters in the thing, and that's you have to replace a character with somebody
She learns how to fly a
excellent,
Cylon.
right?
That was awesome.
She was kind of a silent. But anyway,
Okay, I'm
what's
on
his-
season
do
one.
we ever get really clear on whether Kara Thrace was a
I don't
silent
care.
or not?
At this
It's like-
point,
it's like
Do we ever get that
37 years
straight?
ago now. You ever watched?
Because she was
Battlestar
technically
Galactica?
dead, right?
Yeah, I kind of don't remember now. It's been so long since I've watched it. But man, that was a
The
good
end was.
series.
God, I love that series. The end was kind of a mess, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, I thought that was stupid. I thought the ending was stupid.
yeah.
But the miniseries that it started off with,
And by
that
the way,
started off so strong.
it
It
was
was so like fucking
at
just
some levels it
dire
was-
and like felt like hopeless. Like it was so good.
Right.
And in some
yes,
ways,
right.
the ending of the new Battlestar was basically an omission. The Silence had won.
Yeah, they're bringing the back.
Completely.
They're bringing the back.
Completely had won.
Not the. I don't think they're bringing back the original characters, but they're bringing back
All right.
a Battlestar.
Scott's about 20 minutes out. Why don't I go ahead and start the show? We'll do Bear Cry.
Balthazar was pretty great in that too, by the way.
Oh, he was so
In the
good.
first one or
wasn't
second
he?
one?
Both actually.
I love him.
Well, he was kind of.
I
That
love
was
the
actually
first
good
one.
casting in both.
Oh God, yeah.
Both.
Balthazar was fucking awesome in the first one.
Adama was also
Yeah,
well
Lord,
cast in
how can you go
both.
wrong with Lord?
Welcome to Battlestar Galactica, Todd. Seriously, it was actually a lot of good casting.
There was.
And
Yeah,
any
Edward
character,
Nimoy was not.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, so good, so good,
right?
so good.
Yes.
That's true. You gotta admit, he was played by very good male leads in both. So.
Yeah, that was good. That was well, the original one. All right, so let's just be truthful. The original Battlestar sucked. I mean, it
wasn't that.
it was
bad.
fun to watch as camp.
It was very
well,
camp.
it
But
was,
it had
it
issues.
was what it was. It was a Saturday afternoon made-for-TV show trying to rip off Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sci-fi was not. Sci-fi was not at a high point.
Well, I don't know.
At
Was that
that point.
syndicated?
Silent Run.
Yeah, it was a syndicated
Yeah,
show.
movies
Like
were.
a Hercules or whatever.
But
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about
It
something
was
like
like a 7
you
p.m.
didn't have good
Oh,
sci-fi
so.
TV shows.
No.
Oh.
It was
No.
like a CB. Okay.
No, I think it was a Saturday afternoon.
What
thing.
good sci-fi was there in the 80s other than
Was
Red
it?
Dwarf?
I remember it did the movie. I watched the
It was
movie as a
a good
kid.
one.
Other than
It
Red
launched
Dwarf.
with a
Doctor Who.
miniseries movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
Doctor was good.
And then
was-
it had, but I think it
Occasionally
finally
cheap,
went
but
to
well done.
Saturdays.
I mean, you
And it
had
might have been a
the
Saturday
comedy
6
if you
p.m.
watched
or
Mr.
something
Science
like that.
3000 in the 90s.
Thank you.
I bring that up because one of my favorite movies, Space Mutiny,
Yeah.
uses footage from the original Battlestar Galactica, and it came out in '88.
All right.
Guys, games, and beer. Anyway, we're
Let's roll.
So
All right, now we're going to talk
Space
feed.
Jam.
welcome to the remake.
The original. All right. Rob, let's
That was
start
a
the
poorly
show.
Be the
done
final
remake.
battle. Live from the 6th subfloor base of the Guys, Games, and Beer Tower. It's Battlestar Galactica talk. The Guys, Games, and Beer. I fucking hated Moffat.
Okay, I hated Moffat too. It's a dumbass idea.
I was glad they didn't reboot that. The whole Moffat fiasco. There's a lot of things that were wrong with the original Battlestar Galactica.
I barely remember
He's
it.
not, we're never gonna get him off of
It's
this.
because I rewatched it. I rewatched it after the new one. Just
I like
to
the
see.
gambling
Was it as
planet.
bad as I remembered? No, it was worse. It was actually worse. There was a lot.
There's a lot different between like 7-year-old you and like 47-year-old.
That is absolutely true. Right?
Like spaceships. Whoo! Like
That's right.
I talk
what
about
was
this
all
with
about,
retro
like-
gaming. The best retro remakes of games, they play how you remember the game, not how the game actually was.
Hey, so what are we actually gonna talk about tonight, though, Rob?
Are we going to
Oh,
do beer
wait,
court?
we're going to skip beer?
No,
What are
we
what
got
are you doing?
we got a beer coming.
All right. So
Try to-
anyway,
Stop trying to reel in focus.
I'm sorry.
We got a
Alright,
beer
we want-
speaking
beer
point.
court's gonna be slightly
We got a
delayed
holiday
tonight.
coming up, you know.
Well, yeah, that's we do. What holiday's coming up?
Thanksgiving. Thank
this is a
God.
new format.
I
by the way.
want to be
We're actually
thankful for
And what-
the reboot of Battlestar Galactica.
And what
That's-
you do every Thanksgiving, you wait for the food to get here. We're waiting for the beer to get here.
Right, so
There
there
you
you
It's
go.
no different, right?
No, we might
What
have
el-
to.
and what else do we do? We talk about turkey.
Turkey, yeah. And speaking of turkeys, this week's show is about this year's turkeys, both games and gaming trends of 2021. That just sucked up big one. So the last episode of Guys, Games, and Beer was very focused. It was very well put together, I felt. So this week it's going to be a train wreck.
Sweet.
All right.
I know. It's your favorite. Wait,
Where's all his notes? Oh, I didn't bring any
Responsibility.
notes today.
there's no notes for this
I have
one.
to have my own ideas.
You have to have your own ideas this
I'm
year.
afraid you're going to have to.
Actually, year, because it is 2021. All right, who wants to go first on this mess?
Oh my God, where am I?
Wow, that was easy. He is not going first.
Well,
I won't.
Well, this episode's over. Yeah, see you
That's
guys.
it.
And,
Hope you enjoyed
Beer's not even here.
sorry, beer never made it.
Yeah,
Guys,
we're done.
it's
Yeah.
over.
So, I played the board.
Hey, look
game.
at Heather. Heather is watching, according to this.
Hi, Heather.
That's nice.
Well, it's
That means Scott's driving.
hopefully.
You would
Hopefully, Scott's driving.
GPS or Guys, Games, and Beer. One of the two
Yeah.
in front of my face.
That's it. All right, so hope you were saying, hopefully.
Huh?
You were started saying.
Oh, well, we were talking about a turkey this year.
Yeah, turkey. What you
So
got-
again,
you got
that was
turkey?
not
Same
nearly
board
as good
game.
as I had hoped.
What board game was it?
So, well, no,
Oh, wait.
Horror is a very good board game,
Yeah.
which I've enjoyed a lot, and there is a video game variant online, which is I haven't played the video game online because I usually play that game with a group, and that's kind of the fun of it, playing
Yeah.
with a group, talking to people, and stuff like that. So I never bought the online version of the board game, but they did release Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace, which is a point and click based on the board game. All right, so I'm pretty excited about that. Something you can play like solo play, and,
Yeah.
and you can and so I like the Arkham Horror universe, so the Lovecraft universe, so it should make a good point and click.
Yeah.
Well, downloaded it, and I was disappointed with the graphics. I like I said, I didn't play the board game, so I didn't know if I'm assuming they just animated the sprites they already created or whatever. But the graphics felt dated.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. They felt like maybe, and this doesn't sound that far away, but I think it really is like 2010. You know, like it just felt old. You know, it just
Here's a.
they moved kind of funny. They didn't move smooth. They didn't. So they just kind of. I don't know. Everything just it looked a little cheap, a little.
On screen right now, we've got some pictures.
Some cardboard kind of cutout, kind of overlay kind of thing. It just didn't feel very good. But you know what? I could tolerate that. But the
Most of the various
controls
games are 10 years
were awful.
Really? For a point? How do you screw up a point and click?
None of it was intuitive. You couldn't. You think you would like. So if I'm gonna go this way or that way, maybe I click there, but that doesn't work. You know, and the places where you need to click are really low tolerance, so there's very little slop there.
Right.
So like you're just frustratedly keep clicking on the wrong thing. You know, it's like, no, I wanted to click on the thing next to that.
Wow.
it was very frustrating. I could not tolerate even though I was really excited, I could not tolerate the game. I think I got about 20 minutes in and I'm like, I can't take this anymore.
Well, that's unusual for you.
I'm out.
Yeah, you
I'm
put
out.
some really bad games in your time.
Yeah, for a long time. But this one I couldn't tolerate it. So it is definitely my turkey of the year. And I've actually played several games this year.
Yeah.
Several new games, so it is
So Arkham
is
Horror Mother's Embrace.
the very lowest.
Don't bother with it, kids.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty bad, actually. That's,
Yeah, it was very disappointing.
That is a shame.
Hmm.
All right, anybody want to go next, or I will?
I'm not ready.
You not ready? You sure?
I was just reading in my mind.
I have a
So-
comebacker if nobody says it. So.
All right.
If nobody says it.
All right. If somebody says it. All right. Okay. Well, I am going to go with a gaming trend. Game grading services.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who aren't in the gaming market, and most of you are, anyways, there's been a big scandal this year with Wada Games, and rightfully so. You know, okay, they drove the prices up, and not just them. I mean, this is the whole industry. They're just the
That's what
worst.
grading does.
They're grading, yeah. You know something? Here's the thing. Do you need it for your collection? Cool. Does the game work? Great. That's the only grading you have to worry about, okay? I don't need some company.
So let's back up a minute and talk about what that is, because I don't know exactly
All right,
what
so,
that is.
like baseball cards,
Mhm.
and we'll get into heritage auctions in a little bit here. Like baseball cards, a company will make sure it's a genuine, not a copy of a card. They will make sure that they'll grade the condition. You know, is it slightly bent in a corner? Is it
Yeah.
sealed since time of purchase? That kind of thing. And that inherently makes baseball cards more valuable, which is stupid as well. But I just want you to think about the whole thing about putting the kind of values they put on some of these collectors' baseball cards that they do. So they decided to move this to the gaming industry. If your game is
Do run by Billy?
well, it's run by the people who ran Heritage Auctions, which is a scam house too. We'll probably get sued.
They
for
do
this.
figures too, right?
Yeah, they do have.
Well, they're gonna get our 12-pack. I mean,
Yeah, you see that, guys? That's what you get. That last
Oh, wait,
unopened
sorry.
can of Paps.
There's
Sorry.
remote control.
There's an unopened can of Paps there. So here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you don't get the law. That's owned by a private holding corporation.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
yeah, the PBR though. I guess.
We spun that off.
Yeah.
You can say a game is worth more because it's never been opened, but is it really? I mean, what makes that worth anything more than a game that's been opened?
I mean, I'm sure. Look, I think there's some value to verifying authenticity, and that's about it. I
Okay,
mean, what your
authenticity.
eyeballs say is everything
And
else.
there is the problem with these grading services. They grade pretty arbitrarily. There's no real strict criteria. You know, it's eyeball. If you have an unopened box, how do you even know that the cartridge is in the box? right? How do you know that
They shake it. There's grading shakers.
Oh yeah, there you go. How do you know that game works after all these years? You don't know any of that.
Yeah.
So and literally when
That's good
they
Dr.
look,
Mario.
you can
Nobody's gonna open
see
it.
there'll be two cartridges with major differences, and they'll have the same grading. The grading is very subjective, and that's part of the problem with this whole industry too. But more to the point, the other part of the problem is that it looks like there's an awful lot of straw auctions. There have been a lot of good articles on this. Just do a search under heritage auctions, WADA games, game grading, that kind of stuff. There's been a lot of what I'll call straw auctions, where, like we saw at certain arcade sales, where they drive the owner is driving the price up.
Right. Yeah.
And we've seen it.
And then when it lands on their bid, finally, they come up and talk to you afterwards, like, hey man, your last bid was
Yep.
this amount. Hey, would you wanna take it for that? Like, screw you.
Yeah.
I'd
You
pay it for
bid me
$100
up.
less.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I was in a bidding war with you. What the hell?
Exactly.
So
So what
you wanted to. You won.
What they've uncovered it with a lot of these grading companies is they corner the market. And they knew they were getting into this before they were getting into it because they've done this before in other markets. They go out and they buy up all the loose cartridges.
Yeah, they were doing like the figurine market,
Right.
The figure market.
They've done a whole bunch of these markets.
I hope they got into the Beanie Baby market. No? Beanie Babies?
I
I want some
Those
graded
totally,
Beanie Babies.
No, I think this was before this became a thing.
Because that'd have been a good one. Cause those
There was a grading
zero
service
value.
out in GC. Did you notice that?
It's WADA games.
So you go. That was them.
That was them.
How
WADA
were
games
they
was
doing
NBC.
there?
I don't know why they were there. I won't go into that.
Well, it sounds like it could use some tweaking to be
no,
legit.
I think Rob's right.